Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Sky. I'm coming on to talk to you about transiting Venus in Scorpio. I will put the exact dates down below in the description box. I am actually making this video on the go. It's being recorded on my smartphone, so if it's a little bit, if the audio is not quite as perfect as usual, that would be why. But I just sometimes have to do that. I will sometimes feel the energy and I'm like, okay, this is the best time to record a video about a transit. So yes, Venus is getting into Scorpio. It's going to last for about a month, and I was really feeling that energy today. So I wanted to come on for this impromptu video. Okay, so during the time of this transit, things I think have got to be taken with a grain of salt. I'm actually seeing that the worst of certain people can be seen at this time. People might be really out of control of their emotions, really out of control of their demeanor, really out of control of their feelings, okay? Which is ultimately providing us some type of much stronger, much more valuable view into the truth of certain situations, okay? So leading up to this point, leading up to September of 2021, these 9 months of 2021 thus far, it's sort of been constructing a type of caricature, okay? And these caricatures for some people are more authentic than others, okay? And I feel that it's really going to lapse during the time of this Venus transit. So I feel that the caricatures that certain people have created are going to fall straight to the floor. It's going to be like X-ray vision for a lot of people, and there's going to be a seeing through. So I'm seeing for some people a loss of face. I'm seeing for some people a loss of faith as well. And I'm seeing that caricatures and that which is not authentic but portrays itself as authentic is very deconstructed with this particular Venus in Scorpio. It's a bit of a dead ringer because there's not a lot of other Scorpio placements happening, okay? Up until the very end of the Venus in Scorpio, we're getting closer to Scorpio season. And Venus is going to certainly precede Scorpio season and carry us in to a Scorpio season that for a lot of us this year is giving a totally new living apparatus for a lot of people. So we're kind of revamping our way of living. And as we do that, it feels also that there is a revamping of how we self-portray, how we identify, and how we react to other people's choices as well. And there's a particularly strong sensitivity that's brewing between now and Scorpio season, with Venus pulling us to that period of the year, as I feel that some people, maybe for the first time in a long time, are maybe encountering what would have previously really triggered them or would have previously really upset them. And maybe out of habit, they are still allowing themselves to be triggered or upset or catalyzed emotionally by things which are not that significant. So in the full moon in Pisces video, as well as in the equinox video, I was talking about why is it significant? Like, why are certain things elevating or pushing us or becoming such big deals in our lives? Like, I think with this transit, to put this into like layman's terms, like you can get a smirk from someone, or you can get a mean facial expression from another person, like across the room. And this can really become a catastrophic trauma for some people. And there's two things coming up with that. The first thing is, yes, perhaps a bit of oversensitivity, but it's not just for that. It's because we don't understand why people are being mean. There's sort of a meanness in the air right now, and I want to really alert everyone to this. This is one of the reasons I had to make this video, as I just had an experience like this myself where I felt that someone was mean to me for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Like, I felt that and I saw this, I had other people tell me this had happened to them. I saw it happen to another person where there was just this kind of air of we really enjoy making other people feel bad. We really enjoy that people are feeling that way. Like, that's almost how it seems, is that certain people enjoy making other people uncomfortable, like enjoy other people squirming. And that's really shocking to me. It's really disheartening for a lot of people to experience on the other side of it, as well as I was on the other side of this recently too. And it's not so much like, I mean, for some people it could be like meanness from like relationships you've had for a long time, but this is more of like an acquaintance or more of a shallow connecting point for a lot of people, where it's like people you don't know well, like strangers. And I think that this is tying into the Venus-Uranus opposition that's going to happen during Venus's transit through Scorpio, where there's going to be this kind of like unexpected twists and turns of relationship dynamics. And it's almost like the universe is seeing if we can wipe things off our shoulder very easily, like if we can take things with a grain of salt, essentially. Because that's what I kept understanding as I was moving through some of these situations myself. I'm like, okay, this is really more so a test of like, can I now take things with a grain of salt? Can I now like not be so overwhelmed by, you know, a mean-spirited stranger or something? Because I don't feel that these situations are really meant to be carried with so much depth or carried with so much difficulty. And it seems that Venus in Scorpio is maybe affecting certain people with like personality disorders or something in a way where they're becoming more fond of it, or they're becoming more fond of their own mean nature, or they're becoming more hobbyistic with their ways or something. And ultimately that's a very karmic experience for people in that place as well. And Venus in Scorpio is not just like a mean placement. Like, it doesn't mean or necessarily signify meanness, but what it does signify is like the enjoyment of something debilitated, perhaps. Venus in Scorpio, this is typically what that placement means, is a karmic journey through understanding why we like what we like, and you know, dangerous or fatal attractions per se with Venus and Scorpio. So I feel collectively that for a lot of people, one of the main ways that this is coming out is maybe like a fatal attraction to drama, or a fatal attraction to being dissenting towards another person without any, you know, need, without any like needless dissenting tone to another person. So I think that that's something for a lot of people to work on, or if regardless of what side of it you're on. Also, why, if you're on the other side of it, like someone is being like mean or dissenting towards you, why have we manifested a situation where someone's like that? Is there a misunderstanding? Is there a miscommunication? Because I think how this does at the other layer, at a deeper layer, is it with Mercury about to go retrograde, with Uranus being involved as well, there's something about like how we are communicating, and maybe there's like errors in communication, or people think someone has said something they haven't, or people don't understand, and they're very quick to jump towards this kind of like, you know, difficult attempting to be like dominant type of role over miscommunication or anything like that. And I think that thinking about this transit from a more benefic point of view, because any Scorpio transit, while it can be difficult, or while it has maybe a breach of comfort, regardless of whether it's Venus or whichever planet in Scorpio, there's usually something that can sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable, or something that can feel like a boundary is pushed, or something that can feel harsh, okay? This always leads to some kind of transformation, or this leads to some type of empowerment if you choose to do that, or if you choose to allow it to be that way. We can always like wallow and not feel the empowerment, or we can choose as well to, you know, rise from the ashes of a harsh experience. If we choose to rise from the ashes of a harsh experience, I think that this particular transit of Venus in Scorpio here in this latter half of 2021 is going to revamp the way that we exist within a group of people, or it's going to revamp the way that we communicate or exist with others. So there's the whole other people aspect of 8th house Scorpio energy is really coming up with this Venus transit. more so than like deep emotional issues or anything like that, because I'm feeling that people are really maybe getting back out into the world, or they're back in groups or something, and maybe things are a little bit awkward or difficult because they're not so accustomed to it anymore. But basically, this Venus in Scorpio, it's going to transform maybe the way that we interact, okay? And it's going to make us maybe care a little bit less about what people think of us. And I think that this is really important. I'm feeling a lot of people way over concerned with how they're regarded, or way over concerned with maybe their reputation or status in a group of people. And basically this Venus in Scorpio transit is going to come in, and it's going to show you that like there's maybe not that much control over it, or there's not a lot of ability to dictate how you're received. And there are some people who want to receive everybody poorly. Okay, let's put some emphasis onto that and repeat that again. There are some people who literally want to receive everyone poorly. They want it, they love it, they can't get enough of it. And this is really going to start running rampant. And this is going to be something I think that goes through like the year of 2022 as well. And I think it's going to become like a bit of a cultural phenomenon where there are like these new like collective groups of people who just love to antagonize, or just love to complain, or just love to make other people feel uncomfortable. Like I think that we, if we spot it or if we see it, I think that we have to be above it. I think that we need to take it with a grain of salt and not allow ourselves to be swayed or turned by these attempts of others to like bring other people down, or these attempts of other people to convey their languid dissatisfaction in creative ways. And what I also see with this is like people being upset by one person and then like not confronting that person, but maybe carrying their dissatisfaction or their pain and basically trying to redistribute it onto strangers or other people. So I just wanted to alert you guys about that. This is not just Venus and Scorpio doing this. This has to do with the Chiron Mars opposition, okay? But the fact that we're about to move into a Mercury retrograde, and we have a debilitated Venus and a Jupiter retrograde, the benefics, Venus and Jupiter, are not operating in a way that totally really mitigate this. So the root of this is really the Chiron Mars opposition happening, and that's a short-term transit. So during that short-term transit, kind of in effect for most of the month of September, maybe don't overdo the group interactions. Maybe don't converse that much. There's something about strangers. There's something about this that I find to be really debilitated right now. And the Venus in Scorpio, all that does is it intensifies the way that someone might enjoy that difficulty in a backhanded or unconscious way, like the way that people might actually have an interest in a cathartic sort of dispute with another person. That's this combination of Chiron Mars opposition and then Venus and Scorpio. And then with Mercury about to go retrograde, it makes miscommunication. People think people have perhaps said something they haven't. And it's a mess, guys, for too much interaction. So the only remedy to it, and guess what, guys? I mean, this is just so incredible to see that like the remedy to this is also kind of one of our biggest sort of spiritual tests right now is routine, okay? And timing, routine and timing. If we know that a certain place or a certain group is problematic, let's not spend extra time there. Let's, if it's unavoidable, if we can't not be in this space, like keep it really cold. Look busy, okay? Sometimes you got to pretend you're on the phone. Sometimes you've got to maybe say, oh no, I'm getting a call, a really important call. Let me step out of the room. Sometimes you've got to, I don't know. Sometimes in times like these, I don't really like anything that is in any way disingenuous, but it is sometimes like a matter of self-survival with transits like these, where people can be really vicious under these current types of transits. So really, if you're someone who's not like that, if you're not a vicious person, if you're someone who is like naturally a kind person, I kind of feel like you just got to do what you got to do. Like, again, whether that's taking that phone call, whether that's, I don't know, having headphones in, maybe that really does it for some people. I'm just trying to come up with creative ways to kind of maybe distance ourselves from toxic encounters. Headphones in. Maybe we are writing gregariously and look really busy. I don't know. But it's very lucky maybe to be self-employed right now. It's very lucky to be working from home a lot right now. And a lot of us were really tired of doing that, but it's a very nice time for that. So I wouldn't force a lot of social interaction. I wouldn't force a lot of awkward conversations. I wouldn't force even like, and I'm talking like any type of interactions, really. Like forced interactions are something strange about this time. We want to maybe have more organic interactions and maybe getting to know people who are really close to us in the first place. So really forging new headway in family relationships, really forging a new path with people that we actually have trust with, because I don't feel like this is applying so much to that unless maybe in your chart this Mars Chiron is hitting like a fourth house or something. In that case, it could be the other way around. But talking a little bit about the positives of this Venus in Scorpio, moving on to a totally new topic within this channeling, it's a really good opportunity to learn about your own comfort zone. Okay, what are the boundaries of your own comfort zone? Are you outside of that? Are you breaking your own boundaries, breaking your own parameters, or God forbid, continuing situations where others do that as well? We can really benefit from redefining the parameters of our comfort zone, from setting new boundaries in relationships, and also from beauty and grace, okay, elegance, all of those types of things with Venus and Scorpio are actually a really good source of mitigation, as long as they're not too indulgent, like going into debt to like have nice things or something. We basically want to maybe set a new central core or a new basic foundation so that the whims of other people or the anger in other people is not something that is so derailing, because we already have like a solid foundation. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video based on the energy that I was feeling. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of an extra video for this week. We are doing weekly live premieres every Friday right now, 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on every Friday. I'm hoping to do those maybe for the rest of the year. That's kind of what I'm looking at. The rest of the calendar year, we'll see. It's already so close to ending. We're already almost to October, which is crazy to me. But yes, weekly live premieres. Also, I have links in the description box. I'm on Patreon and so other social media. Check those links below. And I have other links that you can use to support this channel if you enjoy it. And if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up and comment. Let me know how you're doing with this Venus transit. And I hope you enjoyed this quick little impromptu stream of consciousness. Have a nice transit, everyone. One last thing I will say. We've got to maybe be tough, okay, with these transits. It is difficult for very soft, especially like Cancerian people who have like a softness about them and who rely on other people reaffirming their softness and mirroring their softness. That is very difficult right now. And it's only going to get harder in 2022 as well. 2023, it goes back. And there's kind of like a new kind of soft, cute emergence in almost like rebellion to the mean streaks that I see forming in societal levels. But the toughness needs to get forged now so that we have, again, that central core strength of the body, abs, okay, abdominal muscles. Great way to kind of mirror what it's like, endurance training. Conditioning, any type of like anything that reaffirms a toughness or a strength or a capability. So I don't know, if you're good at math, maybe learning an even higher level of math, like really taking your skills to the next level as well. So you have sort of some kind of like skill-based claim of capability or something. There's something along those lines. It's also very reaffirming right now. But if you are like a softer person, or if you have maybe throughout this time of being more home-based become, like most everyone has, a little bit softer, whether that's, in the gut or in the psyche or whatever, it's going to probably have to be conditioned a little bit, okay? And that can be enjoyable. But if it's still really soft, I think that it could possibly also make other people jealous, or it could make other people angry just to see that other people haven't maybe appeared to have been as hard done by as them or something. So there's kind of a jealousy that I feel with this Venus and Scorpio transit too. And jealousy isn't quite the right word. It's more of, it's not that other people want what others have so much as they don't want other people to look more prepared or more capable at something, or in some cases to even like be kind to them or anything, because it makes them like look like good people when they're like genuinely kind, and this really upsets some people. So it's just, again, good food for thought about some of the dynamics right now. But anyway, everyone, I hope that you didn't think that this video is too heavy. It's just kind of an alert video, actually, and I feel that Venus and Scorpio is not the main aspect of this, but I wanted to make a Venus and Scorpio video, and I wanted to give you guys a heads up that actually, until we get all planets starting to get direct and stuff to like later October, it's going to get really calm, it's going to get really beautiful, it's going to get really loving. But we've got a bit of a ravine to cross, per se, a little bit of a Six of Swords time, a little bit of a, toughening time. So good luck with it, everyone. Always, this channel is here for you to enjoy dialogue. Feel free to comment, vent, whatever you like to do in the comment section below. There's bonus content on Patreon, and yeah. Hopefully I didn't say that too much. All stream of consciousness, done on a whim. Have a great time, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.